Season 4, Star Trek Discovery on Paramount Plus debuts November 18th. I'm joined today by two stars of the hit series, Anthony Rapp, who plays Lieutenant Paul Stamets, and then Wilson Cruz, who plays Dr. Hugh Colbert. Guys, how is it going?
Oh, we're good. We're happy to be together with you.
Together virtually and then together over the past several months shooting this. I know you guys just mentioned that you had a photo shoot that you had to do yesterday. And for anyone unfamiliar with the show, right away, I want you to give me just a little synopsis of your characters, what you guys have been through together over the past few seasons.
I play Commander Paul Stamets, who is a science officer in charge of the Spore Drive. You have to do more Googling to find out more about that. I don't want to spoil too many things, but my partner is played by Wilson Cruz, Hugh Colbert. They're romantic partners. They live together on the ship, but they also have important jobs that they conduct on the ship.
Captain, are you with us?
And one of the great things I think about our story is that we both are really good at our jobs, and we try to be really good at taking care of each other in our relationship as well. And there have been some murky and rocky moments that we've gone through, notably in season 1 when something really catastrophic happened to Hugh. We made our way back through, and now we are in a pretty strong place as a couple.
Catastrophic to say the least.
I like to think of Dr. Colbert as, the patron saint of second chances. He has been through a lot.
I gotta have hope that we'll find a way to stop it.
But he has used that as an opportunity to create the life that he deserves and to create the relationship that he deserves with Paul. And now they have expanded that family to include Adira and Gray, these two young people that Paul and Hugh have taken under their wings and are helping them grow up on this ship and bring their talents to bear in order to solve the problems of the galaxy.
And guys, I don't want to wiggle myself into any spoilers here, but what can we expect from this relationship in the upcoming season?
Well, I think Paul maybe helps show a little more of a caretaking side than he's always been capable of doing. So that's kind of a cool thing for me. Although he still has his workaholic nature, sometimes he can be so hyper-focused on his work. He really super smart and works really hard, and sometimes at the expense of others. But I think there's a nice moment of trying to find a balance there that you can see.
Yeah, and Dr. Colbert is doing double duty this season now. He is not only the medical officer, but he's also the ship's counselor. And at a time of high anxiety for the crew, he finds himself really having to take care of this crew while they're dealing with this anomaly. So, he has his own anxieties that he has to deal with, very much like our essential workers around the world who really had to take care of all of us while they were dealing with their own issues at home. And we really get to see a beautiful dynamic between these two people who truly love each other and care for each other through this very difficult time.
And that's actually something that I wanted to jump into next. This series is one of many in the Paramount Plus Star Trek universe, and something that I find really interesting about this season specifically of Discovery are the dynamics of groups coming together from across the galaxy to address this threat. Kind of sounds pretty similar to what we've been experiencing as people here on Earth in the past almost 2 years now, right?
Yeah, and it's people like my character Stamets, the scientists and other scientists on the show who are having to bear the brunt of solving this problem and requiring the help of these organizations and governments and species and societies to help them in their work. And so I think it does absolutely mirror what we're going through on planet Earth right now.
Yes, and I hope that the teamwork and the strength that all of these people bring to bear in order to solve this problem helps inspire people to understand that it's going to take all of us to come together and believe the science, right? I think part of what's so important for me, for people to watch the show this season, is that science isn't perfect. It's a matter of asking questions, and then those questions lead to more questions, but that we adjust and when we get answers, and sometimes those answers turn out differently than we expect, and then so we adjust again, especially when we're talking about something that we have no understanding of, like a novel coronavirus.
And to your point too, and of course with mask mandates, and you guys were shooting up in Canada, and there were different protocols in place for that country versus folks in the United States. And I want to ask you, what were those changes in production when you're dealing with all these safety measures? I mean, how did that affect when you guys were shooting this show, and what did that look like for you? Because as I understand it, you were, one of the first to start shooting again when this opened back up.
Yeah, I mean, we were very fortunate that we had a forward-thinking production company, and that the crew in Canada took it all very seriously, and that all of our various unions that we work with came together to find ways to work safely with the best information available to us from scientists and doctors and epidemiologists. And we really did, we had a couple of moments where we had slight delays because of, once it was a false positive test, but everyone was masking and testing and taking it very seriously, taking care. And we got through safely because everyone understood that it takes each one of us to keep all of us safe. So it was strange, we're rehearsing with our masks on. We don't get to see each other's faces in the scene until we're actually shooting the scene. But in a way that kind of ultimately keeps it, I don't know, exciting, fresh, but we got used to the rhythms. It changed the rhythms of it. But I think we also felt such a sense of gratitude that we're getting to work at a time when so many people were out of work.
But I was just gonna say, especially that we were gonna be able to bring this story to them. But yes, and I will also add that we're a very tight-knit crew, cast and crew. And given the circumstances, we weren't able to really be together outside of work just to minimize any opportunity of infection. So that was a difficult thing for us, but we found ways to connect and still be together and still support each other. And it is, it's a reflection of just how much we love each other.
And still create an incredible show that premieres tomorrow on Paramount Plus. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Thank you for your talent, and thank you for working in times of uncertainty so that we can at home, the viewers, the fans, can check in on all the action, all the Star Trek action that we've been waiting for. Thank you guys so much for talking with me today.
Thank you.
Our honor. Thank you.
I'm so excited to see more of the show very soon. Like I said, Star Trek Discovery premieres Thursday, November 18th on Paramount Plus, with new episodes available to stream weekly on Thursdays. I'm Katie Johnston for CBS Local News.